Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and this is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of June the 13th through the 19th of 2016. To be inside my head, oh my goodness, there is so much going on, isn't there? It is absolutely amazing. Now, what do we have going on this week? Well, let's see. Mercury just entered Gemini yesterday. That could be the reason for all that info swimming around in my head, because this week you're really going to see the conversations picking up, okay? Things are starting to move around you. The delays are going to be gone, and you're back, not back on track, but getting back on track, working on so many things. Also this week, Venus enters Cancer, where it will be through July the 12th. Okay, let's see what else we have going on here. One of the biggies, all right, is Neptune going retrograde. Now, for those of you who've been following my page and my blog for a very long time, you've never heard me mention Neptune, because Neptune's hanging out in the same place for a long time. And last year when it was retrograde, it did so before I started all of this. Now, depending upon where you are, it has gone retrograde either yesterday on the 12th or as of the beginning of this week, the 13th. And, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, it's more of a dreamy card, okay? So, what do you think about that? Retrograde. Kind of like the exact opposite, right? And so that's the thing. It's time. Time to stop your daydreaming. Time to get out there and start doing. So when you couple this with, Mercury getting back into the home sign of Gemini, I think this week you're going to find yourself getting out there and really taking care of business, finally getting things done. Now, it's actually going to stay there, Neptune, retrograde, all right, through like November 18th. So this is a big time to focus on the realities in your life, not the dream aspects of what you're hoping for, but what you really, truly want. So, I like this. I like this a lot. And I think that many of you over these coming months are going to, take the time to see what's really worth it in your life. All right? Before you may have tolerated some situations. And I think that's all about to change. So, let's see what the cards have for us this week. Oh, my goodness. Now, so many of you are trying to move on, trying to get to that next chapter. It's here. It's here. And I'll have you know the weather's warm, and I am sitting here with the absolute chills, okay? This happens to me so frequently. Now, at one time, the life that you're leaving behind was a good life. It stopped being a good life, okay? It's time to walk away. And most of you have been working on doing so. I think this week really helps you get in that mode to make those final preparations. I also have to tell you a little bit about this weekly reading that I do. Okay, lately I've been using the new Palladini Tarot, and I always put down 30 cards to start. And I have to tell you, there's a lot of major arcana cards here already. Okay, totally amazing, blows my mind. And then we'll put down some extras later. But that's just one of those little trivia facts I wanted to share with you. Now, doors opening, doors closing. Finally not feeling so cheated. I like this a lot because for especially like the last year and a half, when things just became so unbearable and most of you were trying to find your way out of it and you couldn't figure out what to do, you're finally feeling like you escaped something. You got out of that mode. So I like that you've been able to do that. And it's a process that varies for everyone. Okay, not everyone is at exactly the same stage, but there is attached to this mental restlessness that probably comes with that Mercury being back in Gemini now, that once you're wanting to get out there and do things, explore. as I was putting down the cards, one of the things that kept coming to my mind was bucket list. And I don't know why. I mean, it's not the time to go out and do the things on your bucket list, but, having come to the realization myself over this past year and a half, that things that I thought that I would be able to do in my life, that I know now I will never be able to do. And I'm thinking, well, that doesn't mean I can't create a new set of goals and things that I would like to do. Because there is coming right up in front of you a new beginning. And I think, just be ready for the adventure. And it's like, this is beyond having survived it all. It is, see, there's the inner world, there's the outer world. So much has changed in your outer world, but what about you personally? The parts of you that you may not even discuss with others. Things have changed. This survival that you've experienced has given you such an incredible perspective, not just about yourself, but about life, how things work, your value, your worth. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just, you're not staying in this position. You're being shaken loose. This week it's all about soul time, decision time. Like I said, Neptune, going to bring you back to reality. So decisions are definitely in order coming up, maybe even as soon as this week. A great deal of patience has been involved in getting this far, but there is a caution here for this week with losing one's patience, okay? I don't see it directed at anyone, but coupled with this restless energy that's in the air, there's a tendency to want to do everything at one time. All right. And like, it's all right, I'm going to do this, and this. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to just take it one thing at a time and work on it. And, there's a lot of focus here toward doing the job right. Any job, whether it's your real job or your life job, and working on things. Patience is very much emphasized here in this reading. And taking your time with things. I'm sorry, this is making me laugh because I see this complete lack of patience here, and the need for it. Oh my goodness. Slow down, relax once in a while. It's okay. You're going to find that, some of your prayers are going to be answered. Not all of them at one time this week, but there's an issue that you can put to rest. Something's happening. So this is really good. You still have the, the new moon. I think that new moon had some long-term effects. All right. Now, when we get to next week's, which I'm trying so hard not to get ahead here, but you know me, I get excited. When we get to next week's, it's just a powerful, powerful week. You have that full moon at the last degree of Sagittarius, and you're going to be finishing some things up. Some things are happening. Yes, indeed, some things are going on. One of the things that you need to do is to be the calm in everyone else's storm, even your own. It just, be cool about it. There's no need for emotional upset here. Like I said, it's just kind of like this, like, want to get her done kind of thing. But at the same time, there's a need here to kind of chill. All right. And while you have a lot to do, it feels like this push me, pull me kind of thing going on here. You're like, trying to battle the energy and not wear yourself out. And then it's not a battle. It's a really, really positive thing because, finally, and we've discussed this before, about the 5 years of loss that people have incurred. With these 5 years, there's been some incredibly difficult times. And a lot of wisdom has been gained from this. But part of the wisdom that needs to be had by everyone is knowing when to turn your back on that mess and turn your focus toward where you're headed. All right? If ever there was a time, this is it. Because there are several indicators here this week that your new beginning is arriving. Okay? Whew, man. The chills. It's amazing. All right? Again, the emphasis on, I want to say being thankful, that being cool. You want to run out and go, hallelujah, can you believe what happened? And shout it to the world. But instead, you're just going to go and keep on about your business. Remain calm, remain balanced. I'm sorry. It's like, but there's also a sense of generosity here. All right. It's not so much that it's showing it as good fortune, but it's good fortune. You know what you have survived, and you know now what you are capable of as a human being, as an individual, and you just want to be everywhere. Like, okay, I've got this. And, it's an amazing energy that's around, truly amazing. All right. And I'm loving it. But I have to remind everyone, as I often do, that when you're in that generous mode, don't forget about you, because this is all surrounding that being able to chill. Don't forget to take a little time to relax. Okay. Be you. Because when you give too much of yourself to others, what's left for you? Usually nothing. And I always tell everybody, there's no one standing behind you to do that for you. This is often the case. So keep it balanced. Keep it fair for yourself. And yes, sharing is always a good thing. I like that. So the pace this week, most definitely picking up. A big increase in communication. A big increase, all right? So, that alone can wear you out. Just keeping up with all of the things that you're hearing and what is going on. There's much here to know. Oh, my word. I often call this separations and celebrations, all right? But the celebration is in the separation. Got that? Separating yourself from something painful, something that caused you pain, something that broke your heart, because there's been this juggling between the old and the new. And, you're just here trying to go with the flow. That's the best thing I can say about this week, is that there's a lot going on. Remain calm. The world around you may seem chaotic, and not in a bad way, mind you. Not necessarily anyone's in a bad way. It's just that there's so much that when you get that excitement and you start feeding off the frenzy, try to just go with the flow. keep that feeling at bay a little bit if you can, because finally, you're figuring out how to deal with your stressors. The messages you need are coming your way. I like that. I like that a lot. So you're reaching that place where things are beginning to come to fruition. There is so much here about a new beginning. And, basically, the birth of a new life. All right? Definitely the birth of a new life. Now, I'm going to put down more cards because there is just, wow. See, it's a sense of freedom. And still yet, so many of you are like, but I don't know what is coming. I don't know what is coming. Oh my God. Hang on. Because July, I got to bring up July. July is going to have you digging deep and really working on some things while we've got a calm month. I think July is a very, very positive month for many, and it feels very good. Okay? And, you're finally seeing like success. And not just that, see, others are recognizing your success now. That's what's even better. If anyone's been aware of what you've been going through and whatever, people are saying, wow, you're amazing. Look at what you have done. Good, bad, whatever. And, you know, you're, I'm starting to get tongue-tied because your life has changed that much. Oh my goodness. Yes. We're just getting there. I don't even, I'm speechless, everyone. Can you imagine that? As much as I talk, wow, so much positivity here, so much positivity, but a lot of it comes out of the blue. And just, like I said, try to stay calm, all right? Because this could definitely get your heart racing. There's just so much to deal with and so much happening. It's like, wow. It's like an explosion of wow. You know, talk about you're breaking out and opening some new doors. Get ready for this adventure. I mean, I can't even say specifically what it is because everyone has a different story. And this is what I want to remind you, okay? Because I've been saying all along that when we get to the solstice, which, by the way, is next week, okay, that we're at that precipice of a new life. So here is this everything here indicating new beginnings and you know, very positive communications coming your way and wonderful things happening to you and eliminating something painful, like being able to do something about it. Just, you know, I really think that come the solstice, you feel like you're taking back the power in your life. If you doubted the universe for a moment ever, which I'm sure many of you have, your faith and your hope are being renewed before this month is over. I'm just like, whoa. All right. I think I should stop. This is just amazing to me, and I've never quite seen anything like it. I want to thank you all for listening. I can't wait to hear all of your wonderful stories, and I'll see you here again next week. Take care.